Hi, it's Dr. Nancy again with Sophie, the oily English Bulldog. So today we're going to talk a little bit about restraint. And if your dog's been injured, we want to make sure that we're careful. Remember, they're going to bite not because they're angry with you. They're going to bite because they're in pain, and that's normal. And so in the kit, we talk about making sure that you have a muzzle. And you want to have an appropriate muzzle for your dog. So this is not appropriate for Sophie, but it's what we have here in the hospital. And you'd place the muzzle over her mouth, and then you attach it behind the ears. And in her case, because her nose is so small, this will help prevent you from being bit, but she can still breathe. In an English Bulldog, you want to make sure we're not hurting the eyes when we put a muzzle on. And you want to tighten it down a little bit so that it's held tight, because they can pull it off. If you're the only one around, do the best job you can. If someone else is there, have somebody up here with a little treat, telling her she's okay with the muzzle on, maybe even holding the head, so you can come back to wherever it is that you need to dress a wound, or place oil on a wound, or get her ready for transport. Another way to restrain a dog or a cat is to scoop them up in a big blanket. So what you would do is you would take the blanket and you would scoop it around them, and then you would hold them right here to keep them as calm as possible while you're getting them lifted. Remember, an animal will lash out not because they're angry, but because they're in pain. The other thing you can do with a blanket is you can wrap them up. You stay back here at this end, and now you have a carrying device. And with big dogs, that's a really important way to get them into a car. Another way, if you don't have a muzzle, is you could actually take your ace bandage and you could place that around the mouth. And this works better with a big muzzle, and tighten down. Again, when you're placing a muzzle or you're doing something like this at any time, you're at risk of being bit. So you need to take your precautions also. One of the simplest ways to help a pet is to distract them with treats. And for the most part, you can do anything back here when she wants the treat this badly. Good girl. And lastly, make sure that you have a leash. That's a loop type leash that you can place around them and then walk them where you need to. Because sometimes you can't get to the head, but if you can leash them here, you could scoop the back end and hold the head out of your way. Again, with caution so you don't hurt them or choke them. But you can hold the head out of the way and scoop them there and get them into your car to get them to the veterinarian. So some of the most important things to know is how can you get an injured pet to the veterinarian, and what can you use with that pet to stop the emergency, do the first aid, so that you can get to your veterinarian in a timely manner and save your pet. Thank you so much.